Okay, today we're going to be talking about the Toffemeyer matrix retainer, which is this one right here. We're also going to be talking about the auto matrix, and then the clear strips for composites. Okay, and that would be right there. It would be for composites or even glass ionomer, but we'll get into that when we start talking about it. And here's the Toffemeyer up close. Okay. In the second video, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to demo how to use the auto matrix, because we have a pretty good video on how to use the Toffemeyer matrix retainer, and it goes through in detail the different parts of the retainer, so no point in reinventing the wheel when we already have something done. Okay. A couple of things that I do want to start with first is I do want to start with the wedges. Okay, and what we have here are a variety of wedges. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. The first ones that I'm going to show you are the clear wedges, which we discussed in class earlier, and we talked about how they could be used, they are used, for composite restorations. Also, they can be used for glass ionomer or comprimer restorative materials, for anterior restorations. And then we have the standard wooden wedges, and you can see there's a little diagram that talks about the different, zoom out a little bit so it focuses. Okay, it shows you the different sizes, gives you the large, the wide base, the small, and then the slim jim. Okay, for the variety of different intermediate contacts that we need to be able to give. Then over to the left we have colored wedges, which indicates, and I'll show you, let me put this under here so you can see that in just a minute, that the color wedges, what they are is basically just like the other one, except now it gives us a color code, whether it's small, medium is yellow, large is purple, extra large is red, assorted. Okay, so it's an assortment of colors in this little pack there. Okay, so it's important that you know the tooth that you're working on and to be able to select the proper wedge that you'll be using. Okay, and sometimes you have to have a variety off to the side to see the contact. If you're doing an MOD, then you would need two wedges, of course, because you're going to need it for the mesial and the distal. If you're doing just a D, a distal or DO or a MO, then of course you would just need one wedge. Okay. One thing I do want to show you about the wedges, they come in a variety, so you'll be able to see these when we do it. But don't know if I'll be able to hold this up and it'll focus on it. No. But anyway, it's a clear one. You'll be able to see it later. And then here we have colored wedge. And I'll see if I can zoom in on this one. Well, I can, but I'm not sure if it's going to get it in focus. Well, anyway, you get the gist of what we're talking about. Okay? The next part that we're going to discuss is the different types of bands. And your book talks about this. Okay? I separated them from, let's see, let me close this off to the side so you can see it. I went ahead and separated them from pedo and adult. Okay? Pedo, of course, are a lot smaller. Okay? Hopefully it stays in focus here. Okay. Pitot is smaller, and the way to identify pitot is it has those little rounded edges right here. Okay, so this would be a pitot standard. Okay, and the ones that look like they have little lips in addition to the rounded edge, okay, would be for the molars. Right? So it has the little rounded edges versus the adult matrix band. Okay. One thing I want to let you know about the matrix band is that they are stainless steel, and after you use them, they're considered a sharp. So of course they would go in your sharps container, biohazard sharp container. Okay. So as you can see here, this is your pitot, and these are your adults. This is your standard matrix. Okay. Used mainly in all the offices, and this is your extended matrix, and it again has the little lips just like your pitot one, except it doesn't have the rounded edges, okay, the extra little circle in the end. It has that extension right there, and that's for the molars. When you have molars in the back and you need a little bit more extension, because you need to have 2 millimeters above. Okay, it should extend no more than 2 millimeters above the cusp of the tooth on the occlusal edge. Okay, and it should extend 1 to 1.5 millimeters beyond the cavity preparation near the gingiva. Okay, so it has to go 1 to 1.5 by the gingiva margins, and no more than 2 millimeters above the cusp and occlusion, right? So, and of course, here's your matrix Toffenmeyer matrix retainer, which we'll discuss and we'll watch a video. Okay, let's move this out of the way so you can bring our next top of the show here. All right. The next one we're going to talk about is going to be your matrix strips. Okay, and these are going to be clear. They're the plastic, they're thin, transparent, and the strip is used with, again, composite, glass ionomer, or compomer restorative materials in the anterior section. Of course, you want them to be clear so that when you light cure, the light cure can actually go through the clear strip. This one, as you can see, and I'm kind of holding it here, it has more of an arch to it. Okay, kind of like how the matrix has a little arch to it. Okay, these have it has a little arch to it. This is called your strip retainer, your clip retainer. Okay, and it's so that you can be able to find it located on your tray, as well as use it when the doctor is using it for an anterior. Here's another type of strip with a clip retainer, and this one here is a straight one. It just goes straight across. The other one had an arch to it. Okay. Now, another one that your book mentions is going to be a sectional, let me see if I can get this in such a way where it will show it. It's a sectional matrix, okay? So it just means that it's just for a section. It's most often used on a class 2 restoration to restore anatomical contacts. The matrix is stable and produces tight contacts with no overhangs. The system comes with the oval matrix band rings to hold the matrix band and forceps to place the ring. So the only thing that I have is that one sectional. Let me see if I can show it here. Okay, see if I can get it to focus. If not, we'll have to, let me see. But there's a good picture of it in your book. Again, this is just to show you the different types, okay? And let's see if it gets focused. So you can see that it's just a section. And see if I can hold it up like that. There you go. Hopefully it'll focus on that. It's kind of finding it hard to focus on it. Anyway, it does come with its own clamps and stuff, and on the side of the sections you can't really see it, but there's a little hole here, there's a hole here, and there's a hole up at the top that kind of sticks up. See if I can turn it around so you can see it at least. Okay. It's pretty minute. Wish I could see it a little better. There you go, kinda. Anyway, it does have to be able to hold it in place, you have to stabilize it. Okay? The last part is going to be the automatrix, which I will explain to you and show you when I do the demo video.